Hi, welcome to another session in Masterclass Review. Today we'll bring up one of the big guns in science, chemistry. Ready? You can pause the video anytime. Better yet, turn on the closed captions at lower right. Good luck! Here we go! Accuracy is defined as how close a measured value comes to a what? Yep, correct. True value. Accuracy measures the closeness of experimental values to a true or standard value. How many significant figures are in 0.0000401 kilogram? Yes, 3. Remember that zeros that follow the decimal point are not significant. So, when do zeros become significant? If it's in between non-zeros and after a non-zero digit. Elements in group 17 are considered what? Yup, halogens. The modern periodic table has many groups or families. In total, there are 18 groups in the chart. Group 17 is halogens. As you can see here, halogens are in group 17. Alkali is in group 1. Alkali earth is in group 2. Transition metals are in groups 3 to 12. Then we jump to group 13, boron group. Then carbon is 14. Nitrogen is 15. Chalcogens are in number 16. Finally, inert gases or noble gases are in group 18. Due to periodicity, which of the following elements has chemical behavior similar to that of oxygen? You're correct. Sulfur. Just remember, if two elements are in the same group or family, then they are likely to be similar in chemical behavior. Oxygen is chalcogen, same with sulfur. Can you locate oxygen and sulfur? You see, they are both in group 16, the chalcogens. What is the correct formula for acetic acid? Oh my goodness, you're on a streak now. Acetic acid is the acid in vinegar. The formula is CH3COOH.
What is the correct formula for lead-2 nitrate? Correct. Do you still recall how to write a chemical formula in chemistry? Well, the key is the net charge. Let's remember how to write a chemical formula. The key is to make the total or net charge of the compound as 0. Another important thing is to memorize the oxidation states. Lead is positive 2, while nitrate is negative 1. So, to cancel positive 2, it would take 2 negative 1, or 2 nitrates to make a total charge of 0. What is the overall charge on a phosphate ion? The correct answer is letter A, negative 3. Sorry, I forgot to highlight. Take a look at this. This is a Lewis dot representation of the phosphate ion. If you can see, the formal charge of a phosphate is negative 3. Memorize the charges of common cations and anions. According to the octet rule, a magnesium atom has a tendency to lose 2 electrons. Well, how did we know? Simple. Let us go back to the periodic table. We can see there the families, remember? An easy rule. Metals lose electrons. Non-metals gain electrons. The groupings of group 1F families correspond to the number of their outermost electrons, or valence. To which group does magnesium belong? Yep, you're right. Alkali earth metals. Here, the alkali earth metals are in group number 2. This also means that they want to lose 2 electrons. Another example is group 1 elements. They want to lose only 1 electron. The trend is true for the first few elements in groups 1 and 2. A diatomic molecule with a triple covalent bond is what? Correct. Letter A. N2 or diatomic nitrogen. Non-metals love to share electrons. Sharing of electrons to form a molecule is called covalent bond. The number of bonds will depend on the available electrons to form an octet, or 8 electrons in total. Nitrogen has 5 valence electrons, so, to make it into 8 electrons, it will require 3 more electrons, while fluorine has 7 valence, so, fluorine will only require 1 electron to make it into 8. Which is heavier, Au or Ag? Well, it's easy. It is Au or gold. How do we know? We know from their atomic masses and their placement in the periodic table. Look here, silver is directly above gold, which means gold is heavier. All elements in the 7th row are heavy elements. The family to which silver, gold and copper belong to is called the coinage metals. Which belongs to chalcogen. Very good. It is sulfur. Do you still recall the families in the periodic table? What group number is chalcogen? Eyes here. You see, chalcogens are in group number 16, the family to which oxygen and sulfur belong. Bromine is a halogen. Which is more acidic? An easy question. Yes, of course. 2.5 is more acidic than 3.5. Remember, in the pH scale, the lesser the value, the greater the acidity. When magnesium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid, what are the products? Yes. Letter B. Magnesium sulfate and water. The reaction in the problem is called neutralization reaction, in which an acid and a base react to form neutral compounds like magnesium sulfate and water. Magnesium hydroxide is a base, while sulfuric acid is an acid. What instrument is used during an acid-base titration experiment to deliver the titrant? Yes, the burette. It is a graduated glass tube with a stopcock at one end, where we put the titrant or the chemical with known concentration. If we're going to set up a titration experiment, we hang the burette and fill it with the titrant. The analyte, or substance to be analyzed, is in the flask. The pipette, on the other hand, is only used to accurately deliver liquid from one container to another. What is the oxidation number of diatomic compounds? Yes, it is 0. Diatomic compounds have generally neutral charge. This is usually achieved through covalent bonding, forming single, double, or even triple bonds. On a very cold day, you notice that your tires look a bit deflated than warmer days. This observation can be explained by what? The correct answer is letter B, Charles' law. Based on the change in temperature affecting the volume of the gas in your tires, Charles' law provides the best explanation for your observation. I'm showing you this slide comparing all the three gas laws relating to pressure, volume, and temperature. Since the situation in the question relates to the deflating of tires or lessening of volume, and a cold day or lessening of temperature, it is obvious that Charles' law is involved. V and T. Boyle's law deals with pressure and volume, or P and V. Pause this video and memorize the relationships of P, V, and T. Another thing to remember, only Boyle's law has P and V written side by side. Charles and Gay-Lussac's law are ratios. What is the volume for 1.00 mole of gas at STP? The answer is letter B, 22.4 liters. Just remember this equivalence. The volume of 1 mole of gas at 1 atmosphere and 0 degrees Celsius is equal to 22.4 liters, and we call this molar volume. A chemical reaction that absorbs energy in the form of heat is considered what? The correct answer is letter B, endothermic. It is a reaction that absorbs heat from their surroundings. Think endo meaning inward and thermal meaning heat. Exothermic reactions release heat to their surroundings. Exo meaning outward. At what temperature does water boil in Kelvin? Yes, it is 373.15 Kelvin. Remember your conversion of temperature. Pause this part and memorize the conversions of temperature relating to the boiling point and freezing point of water in the three temperature scales. Based off the molecular polarity of water, which of the following molecules would be soluble in water? It is letter A, glucose, methanol, and ethanol. Water is known as the universal solvent due to its remarkable ability to dissolve a wide variety of solutes. However, its dissolving power isn't limitless. Here's a breakdown of what types of solutes water can dissolve. A simple tip from me, solubility rules, like, dissolves like, same nature, mixes. Just read the list below for more details. What reaction is a spontaneous reaction in which the standard change in free energy is negative? The correct answer is letter A, exergonic. Exergonic and endergonic reactions differ in terms of energy flow. Exergonic reactions release free energy or negative. Endergonic reactions absorb free energy or positive. Remember, both types of reactions play crucial roles in living organisms and the environment. Exergonic reactions provide energy for other processes, while endergonic reactions build essential molecules for life. When blue litmus paper is in contact with an acid, the litmus paper will, what? You're right, it will turn red. Litmus paper is a simple yet powerful tool used to detect the acidity or alkalinity of a solution. It comes in strips of paper treated with a natural dye called litmus, which changes color depending on the pH of the solution it comes in contact with. Remember, red is the color of acid, blue is the color of base. Identify the half reaction. Iron 3 positive plus 3 electrons yields iron. Correct. It is letter A, reduction. In a nutshell, reduction and oxidation are opposite sides of the same coin, dealing with the gain or loss of electrons in chemical reactions. Just remember this. Reduction is gaining electrons, like the one you saw in the question. We added electrons to iron. Oxidation is losing electrons. Which is denser, liquid water or ice water? Of course, it is liquid water. Have you seen ice floating on water? Well, yes. Then this means that ice is less dense than water. Anything that floats on another substance is less dense than that substance. Which functional group is found in fatty acid? Carboxylic acid or amine? Yes, letter A, carboxylic acid. Fatty acids, the building blocks of fats, are organic molecules with a long hydrocarbon chain ending in a carboxylic acid group. The metallurgical process in which a metal is obtained in a fused state is called what? Yes, smelting. Smelting, in essence, is a high-temperature process used to extract metal from its ore. When cobalt-60 undergoes gamma-ray emission, the product is what? It is still cobalt-60. Gamma rays are pure energy. They do not change the element of a material they interact with. So cobalt-60 is still cobalt-60. The organic acid that is found in sour milk, pickles, and in your muscles as a product of carbohydrate metabolism is what? Yes, it is lactic acid. Lactic acid fermentation is a metabolic process in microorganisms and in humans, especially during intense exercise when oxygen supply to muscles becomes limited. All of the naturally occurring radioactive decay series end when the radioactive elements have decayed to what? Yes, it is lead. Lead, particularly its 4 stable isotopes, has configuration that makes it highly resistant to further decay. Check this out. This is an example of radioactive decay series of thorium into lead. The combination of lead's inherent stability and the increasing energy requirements for further decay makes it a natural endpoint for many radioactive decay chains. And for the final question, a sheet of paper will stop a what? An alpha particle or a beta particle? The correct answer is letter A, an alpha particle. Check this diagram. The type of radioactivity with the least penetration power is alpha radiation. Due to their size and charge, alpha particles are easily stopped by even thin barriers and have the least penetrating power among the 3 common types of radioactivity.
Hooray! So, how did you fare? Congratulations! Our future top-notcher. Please support our channel by sharing and subscribing. Hit the like button. Thank you!